Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Bible Study Girl podcast. It's me, Sarita, but you probably know me as Bible Study Girl. The deeper voice that you heard in that hello was Bible Study Brother, the executive producer of the Bible Study Girl podcast.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus Gray, also known as Bible Study Brother.
And we are delighted to be with you,
Oh, well, we are delighted to be with them. I thought you were going to be like, we're delighted to talk. No, I'm not delighted.
We're delighted to be with the people again, to have the opportunity to talk to them. Yeah. Hello, everyone. I think maybe you're going a little stir crazy. This is going to be known, I guess, as our latest coronavirus update. See, I guess this time just like away from people, but you're still out there working.
Essential.
Guess you're an essential worker. But I guess just this whole situation has you have really upped your sound effect game. So I guess we're going to thank God for the small miracles, the small things. That's what we're looking for. Those small signs of hope.
So what we wanted to do with this episode was kind of document where we are currently, and this is more revelations will have come out by the time this episode comes out, but we wanted to basically just document
document the journey for us and what's going on. And the crazy thing is we had already decided that we were going to record today and talk about how coronavirus is affecting us, our family, and just the world at large. And then I got an amazing text message. It was so awesome that my job is closing through May, which would mean I will be without income for March, April, and May. That's a big deal. Yeah. It's a big deal. I am self-employed. And I know for a lot of people, they're like, well, they passed that CARE Act. You should be fine. Oh, yeah, they passed the act, but I have received no funds. So that's a big hit. It's a big hit. It's a big loss. Yeah. I'm a single family household. So, yeah, it's a big hit.
Things have to be processed, and that doesn't happen quickly. It's not like the act passed and it was like, oh, the next week we got you.
Right.
It was like, no, fill out Form A, Form B. It'll take 7 to 10 business days for us to check it. At which point you'll get this. At that point you'll get this.
And a lot of the companies that I've called have been gracious. A lot of people have given 2 months, to get it together. But after that, I don't have a guarantee that they're going to continue to be gracious and say, oh, no big deal. And even besides that, there are some bills that there's not a grace period. My health insurance, their recommendation is just apply for Medicaid. I don't have the money to pay that premium every month. When you're self-employed, I don't have an employer backing me up. I need for you to give me this money. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to cancel my car insurance, but they still have an expectation that, okay, we're going to want our money. And so people, even with my mortgage, I'm waiting for them to tell me they will put those notes on the back end, but I haven't received that notification from them yet. That's something we're working through. It's a process. All of this stuff is a process. And people, I don't know. I am fortunate and I am blessed that I'm not homeless.
Yeah.
I'm still eating good. Let me tell you, I saw grandma Saturday because we had to take her some medicine. And she was like, ooh, you've lost weight. Are you doing that on purpose?
Oh, my Lord.
Yes, grandma, it's very intentional. But no, because I would say all the time, if you see me losing weight, it's something wrong. Like, no, Grandma, I'm having to be intentional right now with how I treat my body. So yeah, there are a lot of things going on in my mind. Some days are better than others for me. Lots of days I'm fine. I'm completely happy. But then other times I get like really overwhelmed and I'm like, what am I, what is this?
Trust me, I understand.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Let's talk about.
Frustrated in a lot of different ways. This is still, and I'll claim it, the year that I'm like working to relieve myself from 9 to 5s in general and be able to work from home or work in what God has called me to do in all of those different areas and use all of my talents to take care of myself. Take care of me and my family, I should say. And the frustrating thing is dealing with this, like, we've known for a long time that our government doesn't technically or really at all care about its people. It's never been more evident than now. Because even if it was a nice thing to do the 1,200 for people, if you break that down to an average household's cost of living, if you make that household like husband, wife, 2 kids, it ain't stretching too far outside of if you're in a home paying your mortgage, paying car notes or whatever the case may be.
I'll take it though.
No, I'm saying it. It's good.
Also, side note, I have not been stimulated. I don't know. Go ahead.
But that's also a thing. You still have people that are waiting. You have a lot of different situations where, like you were saying, there's a lot of companies who are not back ending anything. They held the payments for 4 months or 3 months or whatever, and then expect you to pay everything the day. Like, how? You're holding it because I couldn't pay it. How am I going to now be able to pay it in 4 months? You think that I was just putting that money for you aside, that I was not using it towards other things or life? Or so frustrated is an understatement. And then my biggest frustration comes now with the reopenings. Because the reopenings are not for the fact that you're stir crazy. The reopenings are generally just they're going to say it's for the economy. And I do understand you do not want the economy to collapse, but majority of it is their own economies. They are not caring about what happens to us. Because it's not like a lot of y'all are going to get up and just go get your haircut today. You're going to get up, go get your haircut. You're going to go to the store you haven't been to in a long time. You're going to go from there to this other place. Like, you're going to go 50 million places, giving yourself 50 million chances that you were kind of being kept from or held back from to encounter COVID.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
As an essential worker, do you see a lot of people out with masks on?
50-50.
Really? Because every time I haven't gone out into the stores much, but I went to the store Saturday. I was the only person with a mask on, except for the people working at the checkout. That was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, okay, fine. You don't have the gloves on. Is it going to hurt to put on the mask to go to the store with a lot of people? Like, okay.
Well, people don't care. Like, for a lot of people.
Or do you think people just don't feel like it's real? It's just, or people are invincible?
Both.
Okay.
Like, you don't feel like it's real. You do feel like you're invincible. You do feel like this. Most people have never been through a pandemic, understandably so. I've never been through a pandemic.
Yeah, most people have not. Like, I haven't.
So you haven't even been through something that was close to that. Like H1N1 and all these other things didn't really even affect most people in any way.
Yeah.
You didn't have somebody that was close to you that got it, so on and so forth. Praise Jesus.
Do you know anybody your age that has it? Like anybody in any of your circles?
Like,
I know several people. That's interesting. So maybe that is, you think it's the age thing? Like younger people feel like they're safe? Because I saw a lady out. She was younger. She looked like she was in her 20s and she had her baby on her hip and they're just living life. And that would freak me out. Like,
oh yeah. I mean, but you have to understand that that's how jilted we are.
Do you think it's an American thing? Like we feel like we are just...
We feel like initially, so like we knew things were going bad in January.
Yeah.
Like we knew that things were spreading, and like by the time cases, quote unquote, had gotten to Arkansas, I mean, we were already where we were. Probably way worse and more people infected at that point in time because we were not caring or taking it serious.
Yeah.
And what's astonishing to me is just, it's hard. It's hard in the sense to actually believe a government that doesn't really support people, definitely doesn't support minorities in a certain way. But how do you do that when the believability is gone? So basically, I now need to trust you in that there's a pandemic going on and that you're telling me to stay inside my homes because you want to help me. You ain't never wanted to help me. But everybody took that money. Other things are, well, they got a cure. They have a cure now. They're just holding, so it's the distrust that we have in general that makes things difficult.
Now that is true. It's hard to trust a government that has tried to oppress and suppress who you are.
Tuskegee Airmen, just look it up. Anyway,
it's difficult, and I think that probably is part of the resistance because I battle with that back and forth in my mind. Like, is it really, as bad as they say it is? Am I being like a sheep? Like, I don't know. So I 100% get it.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 for people, and I get it, but just know this. When they open these states, you're going to be blamed for the increase in cases. It's not going to be we decided to open because we was like, we can't keep playing this unemployment. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep doing whatever. At some point, we got to know whether y'all can sink or swim. If you're going to live, you're going to die. It is what it is. We just need money. Like, they're just going to blame you because they're going to say, well, we gave the guidelines of having your mask, social distancing, so on and so forth, cleaning your surfaces versus we want y'all to feel like it's back to normal when it just can't be. America just needs to be treated like, or the government needs to act like a black parent. Go in your room. No, you know what you did. Stay. And I know that bothers people. Again, it bothers me too. I'm not saying that it's something that I want forever, but I do want to be able to get outside faster. And I know that I can't if these cases turn back up, and this is my spiritual prayer, we're protected from the change that is going to happen. Because an increase means they're going to go back to restrictions, meaning you'll have tasted the outside and then try to put Pandora back in the box. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of hard and impossible.
So you're talking about being in prison. Can we talk about the prison situation here in Arkansas? Like all those cases.
Yeah.
800 something cases. Mm-hmm. And I've been watching a lot of documentaries since I've been inside. Man, I mean, the prison system is already like crazy, but just can you imagine being in prison and then them telling you that there's this virus going around that's taking everybody out? Would you believe it? Do you think you would believe it?
Probably, but I believe it like, well, y'all made it in the lab in here and y'all finna test it on us.
I can imagine that's a whole different type of fear. Like they already don't have good medical care frequently in the prison system. So imagine somebody in prison having to fight corona. That's a whole different beast, a whole different animal.
Imagine what cases you're in there for. So imagine I'm only supposed to be in here for 2-3 months because of some unpaid child support or something. Just
they don't do that for prison.
Well, I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just lighter
Imagine no.
sentences
Listen, I have been watching Innocence Files on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's great. It's a series about people that have been wrongly convicted of crimes. They do like 20, 30 years in prison for crimes they never committed. They were innocent. So you could be sitting in prison innocent, and now
you got COVID. About to die, but that was more so my point is you could only be in there for a month, or like you could have had like time served or something like that, and you like, what is going on? Or like with a lot of the lighter cases to where it's like you could just be out here, but our institutional greed of using you for free labor, because prison systems will not allow me to do anything. It's
like, this is not the prison episode, but
it's not.
My heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to all of us. This is just a weird time. If you had told me a year ago that this is where we would be, and
I would have took out loans and been in debt just to travel everywhere.
You think so?
Oh yes.
I don't know. I would not have believed you. That's my thing. If you had said to me 1 year ago to this day that the entire nation would be going through what we're going through, I could not conceive.
I would have been to Japan twice.
I could not conceive that this day would happen. I don't know. It's just an unreal experience. It's surreal.
And I was talking to my wife about how different this is for our family. I was like, we don't get together like just on random weekends.
We don't
like
we don't get together just for funerals. Is that what you're trying to say? Like,
no, what I mean to say is the major holidays, like for most people, is normally when we're together, or like a birthday.
Yeah.
So to like not even be able to, like, this is one of the 5 or 6 chances we gather together when it's not like a party or something. Missing Easter.
Yeah.
Graduations and things have changed drastically.
We are a family. I know you're talking. I just interrupted you. Sorry. New
No, I was
World.
done.
We are a family. We do get together a lot. And I didn't realize how much I see you, or how much I used to see you and Mama, until this happened. It's like, wow, I miss you. Like, I see you. I used to see you all. Like, we used to be together all the time. And not just our immediate family, but like our big family. Like you said, we definitely celebrate all holidays together, but generally we get together for people's birthdays, any holiday, it doesn't even have to be a holiday.
Like,
it could be like
we're gonna grow.
Yeah, and everybody comes over and we just have a good time together. So this is definitely different. Like the fact that my birthday is coming,
and we're not gonna be
together.
We're not gonna be on a boat.
I have a picture of us from last year. We went to celebrate, even if it's nothing big. Like last year, I celebrated with my aunt. We all went to Benihana. It's just a different world. I'm not used to not.
I miss them.
I'm not used to not being around my family. I miss Sweet Baby. She misses Fitz. Like, this is.
Fitz misses me.
He does. Let me tell you, when I talk on speakerphone to Bible study brother, Fitz comes over to the phone and he's like, yes, he does that. He's always like, what, who is that? No, he does not do that when I'm on the phone with Bible study mama. He like goes to the next room. He's like, I'm not. No, she's talking to that lady. He misses you. Like, this is not
different, because we would, we wouldn't see each other like all the time, but we see each other more.
We saw each other all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it wasn't. Like, I would see your face. I would
at
be
least once a week.
Yeah, I would.
If more.
Probably more, but for sure, at least once a week, we would physically be together.
But it's a whole nother landscape. Even Mama, like me and you have seen each other more during all this than me and Mama have seen each other, and that's more so because it's like we meet to record or meet to do something that is related to keeping these gifts that God has given us going.
Right.
But it's so weird. Like I am so glad. Like I get it. Life still goes on. There are still people getting it on. There are still pregnant women and births and things happening. I can't do it.
What?
Not during all this.
What are you doing to my sister-in-law? Nothing?
No. I can't do anything.
Oh, my Lord Jesus.
Wait. What I'm saying is, let's no, I'm not even gonna clarify, but
okay.
I'm not saying I'm abstinent.
Okay. I was gonna say, listen.
like
the devil is a liar. Okay.
No. What I'm saying is
you're not
our general attempt for
new life.
Oh,
okay,
is going
gotcha.
to be
postponed
towards the end of this year
gotcha.
anyway. But we were gonna schedule some things or try and schedule some things with Jesus, and now I can't because I don't think I could handle the weirdness of not being able to do the stuff that I want to do. Like, I don't want to have a drive-by baby shower.
But I mean, if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do. We have a new baby in our family. We've seen pictures of him and videos of him, but
no. Understandable.
We don't.
But that again, I don't want that. That's weird.
Yeah.
In the words of my sister, weird.
It's weird. Yeah. And I know, it's weird for our family. It's because very different.
It's such a strange. Like by now, we would have seen said child,
little baby.
The baby, a million times.
A million.
Because that's us.
Yeah.
Would have been around. Oh, right. I just went to Target. I bought the baby some mittens. So, it would have just been like a thing. And I don't want to deal with that. I can't understand. Like, one of my Canadian classmates, had to, leave after his child was born, had to go.
Oh.
Because, I think, you can't bring, they hadn't brought in food or something.
Oh, yeah.
And, you can't leave and come back.
Yeah.
And do all this other stuff. So, if you don't have everything.
I had to give my cousin a disclaimer before she went into labor. Take the food you need. Take it all. Because
Bible study mother is a saint.
Because you don't want to be. And you don't want to have to end up alone. So I think this has been a trying time for everybody. None of us there's so many weddings canceled. The crazy thing is all the businesses that I'm into, all of them have been.
Would you have been canceled?
You talking about? No, I was going to get married in 2019, bro.
Okay, that was the thing. I was just double checking. Moving on.
But see, the Lord canceled it way before it ever happened. But God.
Oh, man. But God.
But God.
But God.
But weddings are getting.
You be on the first 48 right now.
You think I would have done something?
Oh, yeah. Finished and then had to be this? Woo, child.
I had a conversation with if I had got married, this quarantine would probably have made me, if I was married to him, listen, it probably would have got real. And but God, see how he saw this coming. I didn't see it. But there are so many people have been impacted in every way, financially, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. This is draining for so many people. I don't know if I said it before. I thought it, or I might have said it to somebody else. But I have good days. I have bad days. Did I say that before?
Somewhere.
Okay. Today is a good day, even though I got the news. Today is a good day. I'm just saying it. It's a good day.
It's one of those things where it's I've had the same. Like I said, I don't feel quarantined at home because I'm used to being a homebody.
Oh, I love home. Home is my jam. The thing, if I could remain at home, if everything remained the same and I was still getting my monies, I would be on cloud 39, not 9, 39. That's real happy. It's 30 levels above cloud 9. I still would miss connecting with my family and my friends. Although we do get to do our Zoom calls, our cousin chats.
Yeah, which has been interesting.
So I do get to see my family in that way, but it's still different.
Yeah, like what do you do with all of that connection? But like what I was saying is work is where I normally feel like the repetitive just put me out of my misery kind of thing. Because it's not even like it's extremely busy currently, but it's more so like you kind of get in to find something to do. You're doing the same things, which you were doing anyway, but like it feels more mundane and it feels more stifling.
You feel like you're in danger?
No, only because I do take care of myself, and the covering over me has been so strong that I'm not oblivious. So it's not like I'm out here just being out here, but
you have peace.
I have a peace that's crazy just because, like I said, with most people given my disease can be in and out of the hospital.
True.
And I've never been in or out of the hospital outside of taking a biopsy for my liver to make sure that the disease was there.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't hit me that way. You know, do I get nervous? Do I get scared sometimes? Yeah, but all in all, I'm like, God got it.
He has it.
And like, it's never a, hey, let me not wear my masks, blah, 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 you know, whatever. It's
you
more
take precautions.
Yeah.
You take precautions. You are mindful of it. Like I am grateful for the aspect that I'm not out in the community all day, every day, endangering myself. You know, I work with children, and they don't care about hand washing and, you know, being mindful of touching their faces. So I understand, you know, from a health aspect that is what's best. But it still creates a tug in me. I'm gonna have a real prayer session tonight. Probably gonna be laying on the floor, trying to, like, Lord, what do you want me to do? What's the next step? What's the next move?
Yeah,
just being honest, like, because right now in this moment I feel okay, but I think once I have time to settle and just ruminate on it and think about it, I don't know, but I'm hopeful that well, one thing I know for sure, it is all gonna work out in the end. That I do know. It's just dealing with these emotions and stuff that I have going on right now.
Oh no, I understand. That's been my big prayer. We had a deep prayer a couple days ago, and it was about the same things. You know,
was it just a private prayer between y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, why didn't you invite me? But okay, I get it.
Because this was a getting home from work, just like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those, like, the blessing that, because I could have not had a job.
Yeah.
Because if I was still at my old job,
you wouldn't have
that ain't
one.
essential.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been closed down and I would have been just out here. And I doubt, given the things that they were not already doing, that there would have been any sort of compensation or care for us. And it would have been at a lower pay rate.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that. But I like, my big prayer and words to myself was, no matter where I go, my only goal is to invest in myself to be able to remove myself from that rat race. I see so much of like what capitalism and in general can do to people. I'm not driven by money. Money is a tool to, like, okay, I want to go buy something that I like or do whatever, but once I get that thing, like, I'm not like striving to get whatever. And so in these kind of industries, it's a huge fight to kind of do that kind of stuff, just because it's like, that's not my temperament, man. Like, I'm a salesman, but I'm not a shark. I'm not a car salesman. I'm not I'm way too chill for that. because so like say you work at a job with commission, right? Just my last example before I close this out. Your commissions aren't guaranteed. Like right now, like there are people who like at Dillard's or wherever are selling stuff, and now you ain't selling nothing. So that wasn't guaranteed. Now your job might be still compensating you for time, but it's time, which is what you should have been basing your things off of anyway. But a lot of people don't do that. You base off of a further expectation, which is, is a training for faith.
I lived above my means. 100%. I lived above my means. And now they got to eat that and figure out how to come out of this hole. So,
Anyway, that was just our general updates. I mean, there's so much more to talk about with this stuff, but
at least we've scratched the surface of what it feels like for us right now at this moment. This is where we are in Coronaville, and that's what we're feeling today. Because things change. Like, since the last time we discussed Coronaville and what's going on.
Initially, things hadn't been like all the way closed down.
Yeah, not at all.
Like the last time we had, it was just like, okay, this hasn't become this way yet. Like grocery stores, you were still able to just kind of walk around, just make sure you wash your hands, don't touch your face. Whereas now it's just like, have a mask, wash your hands, social distance, which a lot of people ain't following, but
they are not. It drives me nuts. Give me my 6 feet, lady, with your baby. Back up.
The last thing, craziest thing to me is the get out of the housers.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are terrible.
People that just come just so they can have something to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you're literally taking up a spot from somebody who has a plan.
That's true.
Like if there's 5 people in a store, because
sometimes people do need to get out of the house.
Oh no,
but they
you need it.
Yeah, but
like,
just don't come to the store because there are some people that really have business. There are people that have
things that they need to do.
Yeah.
Whereas you're gonna come in, touch 12 different things
that you then have to clean,
and then walk out. I got out the house. I feel accomplished.
Yeah.
And not care about anything else.
Yeah. Because they probably didn't have a mask on, and they were probably coughing on everything.
Even if they weren't, it's just more so touching everything.
Achoo. Okay.
Anyway, Bible Study Girl releases blogs every day, so be sure to go and check her out at BibleStudyGirl.com. You can follow her on Instagram at _BibleStudyGirl, on Twitter at BibleStudyGirl2, and email us at BibleStudyGirl2019@gmail.com. There's a Facebook page. Look up Bible Study Girl. And then there was also a YouTube channel, Bible Study Girl, that you should be able to find, and we'll be uploading content there very soon. We're working on membership and other things to kind of give y'all some perks of being a part of our group. But those will be coming. We're just working on those things. This is just to keep continuously claiming victory. And remember that it's not you preach, it's not they preach, it's not he preach, she preach, we preach.
And until we meet again, guys, keep preaching.